Hey guys, how's it going? Retro Dave back with another video, and yes, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I thought I'd do one today to show a pickup I've got. Now this is a bit of a off-the-cuff, impromptu pickup. Yeah, it's not exactly small, it's another cab. And what happened was, I was just browsing on UK VAC and then come across a JAMMA cab that was local to me, and it was at a good price. I just kind of thought, you know what, it's down the road, why not, let's just go for it. So guys, I've bought myself another machine, and yeah, I didn't think I was going to go down the route of getting like a JAMMA or something, because all my games so far are dedicated originals. But this one kind of was nice. It's a half decent size. It's not too deep, and it's in really good, real nice, clean condition. And it's already been gone through, so the monitor's been worked on and stuff like that, and the power supply. But I'll show you that in a minute. So it got dropped off this morning at about 10 o'clock this morning. But I've been out all day, and it's now 10 o'clock at night, 10 past 10. So 12 hours I've been out, and I've literally turned it on for all of maybe 2 minutes, just when I got it dropped off, and the guy showing me through, you know, the setup and what keys go where and everything else and how it works. And that's basically it. So we're going to kind of learn this together. All I've done is, so we turned it on, tweaked the sync, adjusted the focus and the brightness on it slightly, pardon me, and that is it. It's in the middle of the game room at the minute. I'm going to squeeze it in next to the bookcase. So I'll show you over it now as it is, and then what I'll do is I'll get it in the hole and we'll turn it on, and I'll kind of give you a run through of what's what. So yeah, let's spin the camera and show you what's what. Okay guys, so here it is. It's a Titan JAMMA cab. Now I don't know, and the guy I got it off doesn't know anything about this game or who made it or anything. So if anyone out there can tell us who made this cabinet. I mean, it's just Titan, but I've no idea. I don't know what kind of cab it is. Couldn't find any information on it either. So it's got a really shallow control panel. So if you like look at the Nintendo ones, you see how deep they are. And even not, you know, but you look at this one, it's kind of really shallow. And this is like a drawer. This slides out, and you put your PCB inside here. It's like a, yeah, it's weird. And you've got the drawer at the bottom, the cash box at the bottom. 20p coin slots, and it's got proper old school 80s graphics on it. There used to be a credit button here. He's taken it out and put in a blank there to smarten it up a little bit. So he's done a bit of work. He's repainted the metal. This was a bit rusted out when he picked it up. He's tidied it up. So it's got a vertical monitor in there, which you can spin round. Just a generic marquee, bomb jack marquee. That'll probably come out at some point. So as you can see, it's in really good condition, guys. And honestly, this was a steal. I think a really good price. So I've got the back door off already, but look inside, it's like spotless. I mean, when he got it, it was a lot worse than this. I've seen the photographs online. It had like a mouse nest and everything when he got it. So it's got a new power supply, new switching power supply. You can see it's got a new flyback on it, some new pots. I'm pretty sure it must have had a cap kit done or some caps changed on it, because it was sent off to Gunblade. So this is very similar to my, it's exactly the same make as my Operation Wolf monitor and chassis. So I think this is a Hunter X 900E, I think he said it was, and mine was a 9000, I think. But it's the same deal. So as you can see, you've got these mounting points here, so you can take this monitor out and spin it horizontal for horizontal games. But at the minute it's set vertical for a vertical setup, obviously, and I'll show you what we've got running it in a minute. So I'm not sure if you can see in there because I haven't got the drawer open, but in here is a Game Elf 412 in one. So it's 412 vertical displaying arcade games. I've had a quick scan through, like really quickly, like things like Gallagher, Pac-Man, the Donkey Kongs, all the vertical classics are on there. But yeah, I've not really gone through it. I'm gonna have a little play in a little while, and yeah, see what's on there, have a little go and see what it's like. So all I've done, I've literally just adjusted the brightness and the focus just slightly, because I noticed it's quite a little bit too dark. But now I think I've got it looking okay. I quickly tweaked it before I went out earlier when we had it on, and that's all I've done, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be squeezing it in this gap here. But what I've got to do, I've got to shove my bookcases over about another inch, because I mismeasured last night in my, because again this was really unplanned. It was kind of, I just see it, said yeah I'll take it, bought it, and then it got delivered like first thing this morning. So last night I quickly ripped out this bookcase and didn't measure properly, and haven't allowed quite enough space to slide it in. So I'll down the camera and I've got to clear the bookcase, slide it across. I'll get this parked in its gap, and then we'll run through it and have a look and turn it on and show you in a bit more detail. So there we go, guys. So it's a nice little JAMMA cab. Right, back into it. Okay, guys, so we've got it hemmed in. So it's actually not been 2 minutes, it's been like 2 hours. So I've been tinkering around in the back, just adjusting the screen. It just needed some minor adjusting on the position of the screen. So basically it was too far down, so we adjusted the horizontal position and moved it up. So as you can imagine, because this is now turned round, horizontal is actually the vertical. So just trying to move that up a little bit and then get the distance right here. Although it looks like it slightly curves over up this side, when you're playing the games they do kind of fit just about right. So I just tweaked it as best I could. Some games sit slightly more to the left, to the right, but I think I've done as best I can with trying to get it adjusted. But either way, it's better than it was. Had to adjust a couple of the colours. It was a little bit too green, so turn the green down a tad, and then brought the colours right in. Turned the brightness down just literally at a fraction, and I think the colours are really crisp now. This game list doesn't look amazing, but the games do look much nicer. So I kind of went for a couple of games and tweaked the colours and got it looking as good as I think as I can. So yeah, overall happy with it, and it literally fits in here like a dream. Like, I didn't want it hanging over the side of the wall. I thought about moving the Miss Pac-Man over here and putting that in here, but that would actually stick past the wall, and I really didn't want anything to sit past the wall. And as you can see, that literally fits like a dream there. Even with wheels in the back, and this is actually quite heavy. It's surprisingly heavy. This is actually as big as Time Pilot, and it's like 6 foot tall. So it's quite a monster, but yeah, it does fit in there fairly well, as you can see. Okay, so basically, like I showed before, it's in pretty good nick. It's just got a bomb and jack marquee in there. That's just what came in it, but I might just change that out and put something a bit more generic in there. Not too sure yet. I'll think about that another time. So basically, it's running a 412 game elf. So it's 412 games in one, and they're all vertical games. So you've got a mixture of platformers and shooters and whatnot. And there's loads. So you basically go through the list. Like, so you can go down, or you can go across and change the pages. It gives you a little screenshot demo of each one. So there's plenty on there. I'll quickly skip through. I've literally tried just a couple, just to kind of get the screen adjusted, and the colours right and so on. So I'll quickly just skip through to show you what's on here. Alright, let's jump a bit there. So there's a good few pages. So I think there's a couple of repeats, like with the Gallagher, and that was like a speed up one. I see Gallagher fast shoot. So there's a couple of hacks, but everything else seems to be okay. I don't recognise the names of all the games, but I do recognise some. So there you go, 412 is raiding. So that's the end of the page, and then it goes back to the one again. So it's pretty simple. You basically press this button to start the game. So let's just go down to, say for example, Gallagher. Let me just turn the lights down a bit so you can see what's going on. Okay, you can see. So basically you press this and it says loading, so it boots the game, and this is basically what the normal PCB would do, just does its boot sequence. There you go, just like that. And then you press it again, press it a credit on, press it again, and you're off. So then you've got fire button, just playing this one-handed obviously. So it's got a leaf switched Wicco joystick, I think it's on it, the guy said. So it's a decent, it's not a clicky micro switch one. These are proper old school buttons as well. Like big, you know, like proper like chip shop style buttons. But yeah, it looks alright. Overall, very happy with it. I think the game actually looks pretty cool. It's got a really lovely screen on it. Really, really nice. It's had a, like I say, the monitor chassis is being worked over by Gunblade. So it's got new fly blacking caps and that, and a few capacitors and sorry, the what they call pots. So a few of the pots have been changed. There's a few new pots on there. So yeah, overall it's winner. So what you do to get out of a game, you basically put lights so gone. Jeez, it's terrible. This is very like kind of off the cuff video. You basically press and hold the 1-player, 2-player buttons. Now, I can't really show you, but I'll try and turn the phone up like this. So when you hold these two buttons down for 5 seconds, you get this pop up on the screen. So you can back out of a game, just go down, press 1 player, then you're back to the menu. You can choose something else. So that's pretty cool. So basically the workings are in this drawer. So let me see if we can open this up, and I'll show you what's going on here. Is that the right key for that? That one, right. So I've got these like little locks on it. So what you do, you spin this round, then this whole drawer, this is like a drawer. So it basically slides out, see? Like this. So you pull this out, and that's what's in there. So it's called a Game Elf. This is a cheap Chinese jobby, 412 in 1. JAMMA loom, and it's got some clock on there. I guess that's reading 5.1 volts is what I'm assuming that that means. That's what's been wired in. This is the first one I actually looked in this drawer properly. So it looks pretty clean and tidy. Again, the back's all been cleaned out. This just basically sits in there. It's got a volume adjustment on the side. Again, I'll tweak that a little bit. And that's basically it, guys. It's pretty simple. Just going to probably keep it as it is for now. I guess obviously if you had original boards, you just lay them in there and just swap them out with the harness. But I think I'm just going to stick with this for now and see how we get on. And I think there's plenty of choice. And I'll see how we get on. So if we can push it in, we'll lock it up, and I'll get a bit of game time in. So that's it, guys, really. So that's another cab to the lineup. As I always say, we're getting pretty tight now. I did actually try and bunch Nintendo cabs over and squeeze it in, but I was about 30mm out. So I thought, I don't really want to bunch these together. So I'm keeping like this area as the dedicated, not the dedicated cabs. In here, I'm quite happy to have this as the kind of multi-game machine, bit of variety. I mean, the missus already shown an interest in wanting to play Tetris and Arkanoid and that. So yeah, I think it's going to work out alright. So I reckon I'll report back a bit further down the line, let you know how I'm getting on. I might do some live streams and play some games on it, and yeah, keep you guys updated on what's going on in the collection and the game room. So guys, I'll leave it there. I'm going to sit down on a few games now before I go to bed. It's, what time is it now? It's gone about 12:30, midnight. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I shall yeah, catch you in soon for the next one. See you in a bit.